If you're looking to build that God Squad to get the leg up on your competition, check out my new sponsor MutCoins Express on Twitter to get the fastest and cheapest MUT coins available. Use code WIZARD to get 10% off your order. What's going on, everyone? Wizard of Waz here with another Madden 20 video, and today we're going to be going over the best chemistries that you can use on each one of your players at each of their respective positions. If you're not entirely sure what chemistries are going to benefit your team and your players the best, this video is going to help you understand that a little bit more. I don't know if y'all can see fully, I've got some awesome merch on from my coin sponsor, MutCoins Express. Make sure y'all go check him out. It's getting towards the end of the year. A lot of people are wanting to upgrade their teams a little more, buy more coins. He's always got coins available for PlayStation 4 and Xbox. Or if you're wanting to sell some coins as well, again, getting towards the end of the year, maybe you're done with Madden 20 and waiting for 21. Totally understandable. Think about maybe selling your coins to him. Make sure you use code WIZARD whether you're buying or selling for 10% off. But let's go ahead and get on into it. We're going to go over each position, like I said, which chemistry is the best. And these are, of course, going to be the general chemistries, like West Coast, go deep, play action, all that stuff. So the first one we're going to go over here is the quarterback. And essentially, you're going to have three different options. You're either going to have play fake, West Coast, and go deep. But really, no one really does play action in Madden 20. It's just not very good. So I would recommend going between West Coast and go deep. I wouldn't do balanced offense, and I'll go over why in just a minute. Just a quick recap, if you don't understand chemistries at all, to max out West Coast or go deep or whatever you go with, you have to get 30 out of 30 components. As you can see, the ×4 there on West Coast. So just as an example here, every player, if you upgrade them, can get West Coast or go deep or whatever ×1. ×2, they have to be an 88 overall player. ×3, they have to be a 93 overall player, and to get the ×4, they have to be a 98 overall player. That's 98 overall without any boost. So if he's a 98 with a blue number, meaning he's actually a 97 and you just have enough chemistries to get up to a 98, you're not able to put West Coast 4 on him. He has to be a true 98. But anyway, for your quarterback, I'm going to recommend that you either choose West Coast or go deep, and that's going to be based largely off of your quarterback stats. So you're just going to choose whether your quarterback already has really good deep passing stats or whether they're more of a short mid-range. So if you have like a Michael Vick, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen that's really good at passing deep, I wouldn't recommend using go deep, because if you look at go deep here, they get better throw power, deep accuracy, all that good stuff, which is all really good. But if they have a 98 or a 99 throw power and deep accuracy and all that, it's not really going to help them as much. Now, West Coast is going to help your quarterbacks that may be really good at throwing the ball deep, but not as short. Someone like Lamar Jackson, as you can see, he has +2 short accuracy, +2 throw under pressure. It kind of just depends on where your quarterback stats already are. You want to pick these chemistries that really help boost your team's inefficiency. So if you have a quarterback that's good at throwing it deep, but not as good short, do West Coast, short, intermediate, all that. If you have someone who doesn't have a great throw power, definitely do go deep, because throw power is a very, very important stat. You want to boost that up if you can. Since they are kind of paired together, your wide receivers and tight ends we'll go over next. You're going to want to use the same exact chemistry that you use on your quarterback. You want to have 2 chemistries on offense that you max out, 2 chemistries on defense that you max out. So on offense, it's either going to be go deep or West Coast for your quarterbacks, your wide receivers, and we'll lump in the tight ends there, assuming you're using the tight end for passing and not run blocking. But it's going to be the same thing here for the wide receivers and the quarterbacks. I would choose go deep or West Coast based off of your quarterback stats and not your wide receivers, because your wide receivers might change around a little bit. Yeah, like Randy Moss might need better, deep route running or whatever and all that. But I want to go with West Coast because I want to help out my quarterback a little bit more than I do my wide receivers. So whatever you pick for your quarterbacks, put it on your wide receivers and tight ends as well. Tight ends, again, if you're using them for receiving, like I have George Kittle as my tight end, of course he's going to be catching the ball a lot. I'm not as worried about his run blocking and all that. So I'm going to be putting the West Coast chemistry on him. Again, use West Coast or go deep, whichever one you put on your quarterback, and choose which one to put on your quarterback based off of where their deficiency lie in their stats. So like I said a second ago, you're going to want to max out 2 different chemistries on offense. The second one is going to be for your big boys, your offensive linemen and your running backs. Now, you've got zone run, power run, and again, balanced offense. I wouldn't recommend doing balanced offense because it kind of does like a base increase to everyone. That's good at the beginning of the year when you can't max people out. But this late in the year, it's pretty easy to get enough 93 overalls to get 30 out of 30, no problem. You can also utilize backups. They don't have to be starters as long as they're in their position. If you take a left tackle and put him at the right guard backup position, then the chemistries won't work unless he has the secondary position. But basically, you can use your backups as well to boost up the chemistries. It makes it really easy to get 30 out of 30. But looking at my offensive lineman here, you can see I went with zone run. We'll kind of compare the two. Zone run +2 spin move, +2 juke, +2 carrying, +2 run block, +2 elusive, and +2 run block finesse. Now, this is just kind of, again, you want to look at the deficiencies where your team lies and sort of figure out which one's better for you. For this one, if you're looking at your offensive lineman, you want to look at your run block and your run block finesse. Okay, that's really what's going to affect your offensive lineman the most. And then if you go over and look at power run, we can see what it boosts up here. It's stiff arm, impact block, lead block, break tackle, truck, run block, power, and then it just doubles all that again. So you're going to get all these +2. So really just look at your players. You're going to want to look at your offensive linemen and your running backs on this one, see where they're deficient, and try and boost them up there. Now, when I'm saying look at where the player is deficient, I'm saying looking at where their stats are lacking a little bit. +2 run block finesse. Let's say your guy only has 93 run block finesse and he's already good on run block power. He's got 99 run block power. Well, then you don't need run block power on him. You need run block finesse on him. Run block power, you can't go above 99. Once they're at 99, if they get +2, it stays at 99. It doesn't increase any further past that. So look at your players, see where their stats need to be boosted up, and go and pick your chemistry based off of that. It's going to be the same thing for your running backs, just like what I said with the offensive linemen. Look where their deficiencies are, and then pick them based off of that. Again, I have zone run, so you're going to get +2 spin, +2 juke, +2 carry, +2 elusive. That's really what's going to help the running backs out more. So look at their stats. Again, if they have 99 spin move, then this one isn't going to help them out at all. Just keep that in mind. Now, there might be the +2 juke move might help them, the +2 carry might help them, but you're just going to have to weigh the pros and cons between using zone run versus power run if you're really trying to help your team out the best that you can. It's going to take a lot of research on your part of looking between your players, looking where their stats aren't the best, what need to be boosted up the most, where you really need the most help. If you want to help out your better players too, let's say your best player is lacking on carrying and juke move, well then you're going to want to go with zone run. Even if some of your not as good players, maybe you're like third string running back, maybe that he's got like 99 juke move, but don't you want to help out your best players, of course. So really focus on what they need the most. Stepping on over to the defensive side, we're going to cover the easy one first, and that is going to be the DBs. Now, this is easy because there's only one of them, really, that you want to put on your DBs unless you have someone in the defensive backfield that you only use for run stop. Don't know who that would be, but maybe there's someone you put them in on a heavy rundown, but it's going to be lockdown, okay? If you look at the defensive chemistries, you have balance D, run stuff, pass rush, and lockdown. Lockdown is the only one that's really applicable to all of your defensive backfield. So you're going to just max that out 30 for 30 on all of your defensive backs. Again, unless there's someone in the defensive backfield that you use only for run stuff, okay? And then you only put them in on goal line plays or whatever. But lockdown's a pretty easy one to put on your DBs. Again, just like what I said for the offense, I wouldn't put balance D on any of your guys because yes, it's very good at the beginning of the year. It gives you a good basis for everyone on the defense. But right now, it's so easy to get 93s to get that ×3 chemistry. You can max it out very easily on offense and defense. So I wouldn't recommend doing balance D. All right, we are going to lump these last two together. It's going to be the D-line and the linebackers. Now, the only kind of difference here is if you have a linebacker that just does pass coverage, if they don't do pass rush or anything like that, or stop the run, then you might want to put lockdown on them. If you've got a linebacker that you only put on the field on 3rd and long, then put lockdown on him. Give him those better pass coverage stats. But if your linebackers are more for run stuff, blitzing and all that stuff, then you're going to want to choose between one of these two. So if we go on to Mr. Derek Brown here, going down to the chemistry, so we're going to look at the two between pass rush and run stuff because I've seen a lot more people going run stuff lately. And it's, again, just going to kind of depend on where your deficiencies lie. Now, I might actually want to consider switching off of pass rush. And the big thing that's good about pass rush is you get +2 power move and +2 finesse move, which earlier in the year was very good because if you got, those are the big stats for your rushing guys. You want to get those up so they can get in the backfield, they can get off the block, they can throw their guys to the side. But the other two are going to be +2 pursuit, +2 press, which does help your DBs or any of your maybe your coverage linebackers if they're pressing, and +2 catch, which is just nice for getting picks and all that. But that's going to be your pass rush. Of course, it's more centered around getting to the quarterback, getting off the block. That power move and finesse move are the big ones there. And the pursuit is actually really nice too for some of those faster running backs if your guys are having a hard time chasing them down. The other one that you're going to be choosing between for your defensive lineman is run stuff, which is +1 tackle, +1 impact block, +1 pursuit, +1 play rec, +1 block shed, and +1 hit power. Now, again, you're going to want to look at where your guys are deficient. If you have a few guys that you would like to get that hit power up a little bit more, if they don't have that 99 overall hit power, which is really nice to have, then maybe consider doing run stuff. This is the one that I'm not 100% sold on. I might actually switch to run stuff at one point because a lot of my guys already are boosted. I got like Lawrence Taylor and Khalil Mack. They don't really need the pass rushing stats anymore. So I might switch them to run stuff, especially for as many people that run in the game. They'll get off the blocks a little bit more against the run and they'll be able to help you out. So that's about it for the positional chemistries. The other ones that I want to go over here really quickly, and this is going to apply for everyone on the team, are going to be sprinter, acrobat, leaper, shaker, and brawler. Now, at this point in the year, again, like I said, once they achieve 95 overall, they'll be able to get this ×2, which again is the same thing. You're trying to max it out 30 for 30. If you're able to get ×2 on a player, that counts as 2 out of 30, 4 out of 30, all the way up. So you want to try and get 95 overalls to get these ×2 on them. But really your choices are going to come down to, in my opinion, it's going to come down to between sprinter and brawler. The other two, I did have shaker earlier in the year for more acceleration and agility. Never used leaper, never used acrobat. Those two, I don't know anybody that actually uses those two. Sprinter, shaker, and brawler are kind of what I see. But I'm going to go between sprinter and brawler. Now the weird things about these physical chems is they're very good. They boost really important stats. Like brawler, you can see here, boosts up strength and speed. But you can see there, once you get to tier 2, you actually lose 1 acceleration. And then at tier 4, you lose 1 agility. So they come with a little bit of a trade-off. And that's actually really important in this time of the year. And let me explain why. Now, I have sprinter on all of my fast guys, all my wide receivers, all my running backs, all my DBs, with an exception. You can see I have it on Taylor Mays here because it gives me +2 expel. I must have dropped it down out of 30, but it normally will give you +2 speed. But then it gives you -2 agility and -2 strength. That's not a huge deal, boosted up to 30, but all you're getting out of this is +2 excel and +2 speed. Now, we're on Taylor Mays here. Let's go look at somebody else to show you. You might not want to put those physical chems on people. Let's go and look at Deion Sanders, for example. We're just going to look at his stats. Now, you get +2 speed and +2 excel, but look at his stats. He's 99 speed and 99 excel, and he's going to lose his 99 agility. It's going to subtract by 2 to 97, and then he's also going to lose 2 strength. That's not good. You don't want to do that. So look at your guys' stats before you put them on there. And it's the same thing for if you're using brawler. If they have 99 strength, then you don't need to put brawler on them. Yeah, the +2 speed is going to be good, but presumably you should be putting brawler on your big guys to get them that +2 strength, all your D linemen. That's who I have it on. That's who you should be putting on as well. It's just nice to get that little boost of speed as well. But if they have 99 strength, don't put it on them because it's going to reduce some of their other stats and it's not going to help them out as much. Because it's going to reduce some of their other stats, and all it's going to do is going to boost their speed a little bit. But that strength is more important for those defensive linemen, those offensive linemen, all that stuff. Make sure if you're putting a physical chem on that it's actually helping them out and not hurting them. Anyway, guys, that is the best chemistries to use on each individual position on the team. Chemistries are incredibly important. Even if you don't get those blue numbers that I like a lot of people to see, it's very important to boost the stats of your guys to help them out as much as you can. It really can affect how they play on the field, so it's important that you understand the chemistries and understand which ones will help your team out the best. I hope that helped explain a little more. Like I said, I got a ton of questions on my last video going over chemistries. So feel free to leave a comment down below if you're still confused at all. I will happily answer you and give you any advice. I mean, I'm not an expert by any means, but if you have any questions about specific players, leave it down below and I'll help you out if I can. If you do enjoy my videos, make sure you subscribe. If this video specifically helped you, leave a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, leave a thumbs down. That's fine. Comment down below any questions you have. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next one.